And here's the church calendar, and the church tells time in a circle. And these two hands point to the two mysteries, the mystery of Christmas and the mystery of Easter. And we're in the 1, 2, 3, 4th Sunday of Easter. So we're right in the middle of the white part. That's our Easter celebration. All right, I'll get the Christ candle down. And are you ready to help me sing the song? I hope so. And if you know the words, say them along with me. There was once someone who said such wonderful things and did such amazing things that people began to follow him. And as they followed him, they wondered who he was. And they couldn't help themselves. They just had to ask him. And one of the times when they asked him, he said, I am the light. Let's enjoy the light. I see the love of God in you, the light of Christ comes shining through, and I am blessed to be with you, O holy child of God. It is a blessing to be here with you today. An extra blessing because this light didn't stay in that one place and in that one time. Because he changed the light so it could be in all places and in all times. Watch as I change the light. I don't know if you can see it. See if you can see it. Starting to come up. Ooh. It's filling the room. It's coming out into where you are. So that wherever we are today in godly play, this light is with us. And when we leave today, the light will go with us too. So you ready for a story? Well, we're in the season of Easter, and the story is called Knowing Jesus in a New Way. Let's get started. I'll move a little closer. So we remember that on the first Sunday of Knowing Jesus in a New Way, it was the women that went to the tomb. They were carrying spices to finish the burial, and they wondered how they would get inside because there was a big stone that was rolled over the entrance to the tomb. And we remember that there were 3 Marys there: Mary, the mother of Jesus, Mary, the mother of James, and Mary Magdalene, who wasn't a mother, but was a good, loyal, and trusted friend. You can see Mary Magdalene just outside the tomb there looking in. And when they got there, they were surprised to see that the stone had been rolled away. And when they looked inside, they saw nothing but the white linen cloths that they used to wrap the body of Jesus. But he was gone. He was truly gone. And we remember how the women ran back to tell the others, but the others didn't believe. And how Peter, being Peter, jumped up and ran to the tomb to see for himself, and how some say that John went too, and they went in together. And as they went into the tomb, they could feel Jesus's presence in his absence. But Jesus was not there. And how Peter and John ran back to tell the others, but how Mary Magdalene stayed weeping outside the tomb, and how she heard a voice saying, "Woman, why are you weeping?" And how she looked up and she saw 2 angels who said to her, "Why are you looking for the dead among the living among the dead? He's risen as he said. Tell the disciples to meet him in Galilee." And then they were gone. And we remember how Mary stayed there weeping and heard another voice saying, "Woman, why are you weeping?" And when Mary Magdalene turned, she supposed him to be the gardener and said, "Sir, tell me where you have taken him so I may go and get him and take him away." And how then the word Mary was spoken, and she knew immediately that it was Jesus. She must have gone towards Jesus because he said, "Oh, don't hold on to me. I am risen, but not yet ascended. Go and tell the others." And then he was gone. And how Mary ran back to tell the others. And then last week, we heard that on that same Sunday, that first Easter, how two of the disciples were walking away from Jerusalem towards Emmaus, and they were shaking their heads in wonder about all that had happened. The cross, the empty tomb, what did it all mean? And how a stranger joined them on their walk. And at first they didn't notice him until he asked, "What are you talking about?" And they said, "You must be the only person in all of Jerusalem that doesn't know what's happened these last 3 days." Why? What happened? Well, the cross, the empty tomb. There's been so much. And how Jesus kindly said, "Oh, you foolish and slow children," and how he then opened up the scriptures to them. By the time that he was finished, they had reached the village of Emmaus, and Jesus was about to go on, the stranger was about to go on, when the other two invited him to come in and eat with them. And while they were eating, he took bread, gave thanks to God, broke it, and shared it with them. And suddenly, they knew it was he. They knew it was Jesus in the breaking of the bread, but how then he was gone. And how they talked for a while afterwards, saying, "Our hearts burned inside us as he talked. How we should have known." And how they ran back slowly. Well, actually, they went slowly back to Jerusalem, talking so they could tell the others. Well, this week, the third Sunday, we remember how the disciples gathered together in a small room with the door shut. They were afraid that the soldiers would come and get them, as they had come and taken Jesus away. And suddenly they heard a voice, "Peace be with you." They looked around, and it was he. At first, they thought he was a ghost. But then he talked to them. He showed them his wounds, and he ate some fish. And then, "Peace be with you." And he was gone. Now, Thomas, one of the disciples, was not there that time. And when they told him all that had happened, he did not believe them. Thomas had doubt in his bones. He said, "I won't believe until I've touched his wounds." Well, who could blame him? Why wouldn't he have doubts? The disciples were stretching and stretching to know Jesus in this new way. Well, about 6 weeks passed, and the disciples again were gathered in a room with the door shut tight. And this time, Thomas was with them. A voice, "Peace be with you." And this time, Jesus walked straight over to Thomas, holding out his hands and said, "Touch my wounds." All Thomas could do was fall to his knees and say, "My Lord and my God." Jesus looked at him for a long moment and said, "Thomas, do you believe only because you have seen?" And then he looked around at the circle of disciples and said, "Blessed are those who have not seen and yet believe." Now, I wonder, which part of the story do you like the best? Yeah, the tomb, the road, the room, I wonder. I know that there's someone there you can tell. Be sure to tell them. And I wonder which of these is the most important. Can you tell your friend or your family member why you think that? Ask them what they think. I wonder, where are you in this story? Which part of this story is about you? Are you here, inside or outside? Are you here walking or eating? Maybe you're here. I don't know, only you know. Well, the story continues in this wonderful and miraculous time after the resurrection, when the disciples are knowing Jesus in a new way. So thank you for coming to the Godly Place Circle today. And now for the blessing. The Lord bless you and watch over you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord look kindly on you and give you peace. Take the light out into your week. I'll see you next week. Bye for now.